so I wasn't gonna vlog at all this trip. Here I am, vlogging again. I can't help myself. I'm excited. We're with the crew. Been on a solo adventure for a week straight now. Started in the Mojave Desert over the past weekend. From there, traveled to Needles, up into Williams, into the Grand Canyon, and the Grand Canyon to Navajo Nation. From Navajo Nations, we went to Monument Valley, and from Monument Valley, I went to the Valley of the Gods. Valley of the Gods, I went to the Valley of Dreams in New Mexico. Then I went up into the Santa Fe Mountains, beautiful hot springs up there, nice little hiking. Still snow on the ground up there, around 75, 8,500 feet. Don't know exactly how high I was. Solo adventuring is another level, and I do love it. It's definitely, you're out there. So we had California, Arizona, into Utah, into New Mexico, into the Santa Fe Mountains, visited my uncle in Albuquerque for an hour. Last night, met up with the boys in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Had an Airbnb for a night, laundry, shower. It was amazing. So now we're with the crew. We've got 6 rigs deep, 10 crew members, 3 puppies, headed out to Chloride Canyon. It is going to be a fun weekend, and I am highly looking forward to it. It's a 159-mile trail across the Black Range in New Mexico, and we are about to hit the last fuel stop in, I think it's Winston. I'll double check that, but we fueled up in Truth. We'll do a little top off, so we're going to be off-roading in the forest for the next few days, so we are on our way up there. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. We've got Ziggy, we've got Coco, and we've got Oliver. 3 puppies with us as well. Dogs are going to have a blast. She's glad to have some company around, just some other puppies as well. So, as I am glad to have some of my friends around. We got Roy leading the group up at the Land Rover. Carlos in the pickup right behind him. Christian right behind him with the Sprinter van. And then we have Blake and Scott and the boy Leon in the Jeep.
Who's driving now, bud?
And we have Robert and Holly in the Bronco, and then besides that we have me picking up the rear in the Taco. This is where the trip begins. This is where the journey all started, with the idea of the plan on a map. This is where we are headed. Yeah, it's gonna be a good trip, and here we go.
We're gonna pull up here to, I think it's a shady spot. Maybe it might be, maybe not, and then we'll stop and we'll air down. Thank God, I felt like we were driving a little too far. Yep, we're ready?
I think what's really important too is, like, you know, make sure the person behind you, like, I'll be following up the rear. I don't know who's going to be in front of me, but make sure, like, they're good behind you and they're not just lost in the distance.
I want to follow the chainsaw.
Lost in the message. Also, just don't get too far ahead of the vehicle in front of you. Also, if there's obstacles, give people space. Simple stuff.
There you go. Sweet. Any questions or ready? All right, let's go, bougie boys and girl.
Follow me.
Where are we going?
Okay, where are we going?
He's taking the lead.
All right.
All right.
All right, and we're off. Heading into New Mexico's Chloride Canyon. The total miles, 157.7. Technical rating, a moderate 4. Best time to drive it, spring, summer, and fall. This route crosses the Continental Divide 3 times. The canyon road crosses Chloride Creek more than 100 times. Depths will change due to the snowmelt. For us, it was very dry, unfortunately. Still, high clearance 4x4 vehicles is highly recommended for this trail. Roy and I planned this trip pretty strategically, so he led the group while I picked up the rear, making sure everyone stayed safe.
What are we looking at, gentlemen?
Well, we're trying to find the petroglyphs. Take a picture of these rocks and edit some in.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, this tree's pretty cool. It's like growing in the rock.
Did your butthole pucker a little bit when you were driving down?
Now cut it hard. Yep. Yep. Keep cutting it. Keep cutting it. Keep cutting it. You made it perfect. Straighten out, and then go that way to the left, so you can. That's fine. Just keep going, and then just park behind the van. Nice. Now cut hard. Cut hard, driver. Hard. Keep going. All right, you cleared it. You're good. Yep. Go that way. To the left. To the left. Go to the left. No. Oh my God. That's crazy. Yep. You're good. Okay, you gotta show me where it is. Show me where it is.
I have no way.
Back in the day.
What's that handle?
Look at buddy. Shit. Could be from bats.
That could be from Hannah.
That might be from ancient Hannah.
So here we are, pulled over, and right behind me are the pictographs, petroglyphs, rock art from really old people. I don't know if it's Navajo or which group it is, but
Okay, get it up there where you like it. Take a picture.
anywho, super cool stuff. Here we are.
So quickly after the petroglyphs, we headed out of the wash and up the mountain. Fun fact about the GIla National Forest, it's one of the oldest designated forests in the U.S. It dates back to 1905. This route was developed during the silver mining boom in the late 1800s. We found a little turnout spot for a quick lunch before we continued on the journey ahead.
Dusty, dusty. Kinda can't see anything.
The top section of Chloride Creek had a little bit of mud. Kind of nice to see a little bit of water flowing.
I was saying she could live out here. It's so gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning. I love just the open valleys of the pine trees. Ponderosa pines, I think. It reminds me of Astos, but like a miniature version, like a Lego version. I like that idea. It's really cool. New Mexico's blowing my mind. It's definitely been a beautiful experience.
Clean up, everybody do your part. All right.
Hello, Good boy, Ollie. Entering this section of the trail, it was very peaceful. The beautiful towering trees growing out of the ground looking like they were reaching for the sky. There was a stillness about it. It was a surreal feeling that didn't last for long, but it was nice while it did, before we headed up and out of that little section. Here we found ourselves in another little tech section, little baby heads everywhere on the road, just really rocking us back and forth. Not too crazy, watching your tire placement, and that was about it. Always remember to close all the gates.
All right, well then you just move it. I'll just film you doing it. Wow. Hell yeah. Bro, I guess all that Ironman racing wasn't just for the medals.
It still works even at my age.
You're gonna help Leon?
After the crew cleared the trail, it was time for us to head on down. As we started descending, it got technical quickly. Christian taking his time.
Nicely done, bro. Nicely done.
Nothing too crazy.
You trick is to go into your manual mode and go down to first gear when you're descending like this. I was really hoping that I had made this shit mistake. I've got it in manual, first gear.
And after a long day, we found a beautiful little camp. as the sun set below the horizon, it was time to make some food. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's smelling like chili too.
Get the white sheet.
Look like you love your sport.
That flavor's almost on point.
What does it need?
Thanks, Anthony, for processing your own meat and bringing it out to share with the whole crew. And thanks, Roy, for chefing it up. The chili really came out amazing. It turned out to be a really beautiful evening around the fire. And if you love stargazing, the lack of light pollution, this night sky is absolutely incredible. And then the new day was upon us. It was a cold, frigid morning, and that sunlight was welcomed. But after an incredible evening, we knew we had to pack up and continue the adventure. So we all jumped in the saddles and started driving. Starting off day 2 on a fire road, hitting 30-40 miles an hour, everyone was feeling like we were knocking miles down. Felt like some of the crew wanted to stay on the fire road, so I quickly had to take initiative to make sure we stayed on course. Chloride Canyon. Minor tree trimming along the trail.
If you want to go through, I'll go slow. If you're going to cut them or we'll break them.
New little pinstripes.
Snake in the road. I think I ran it over. Careful. Giant snake. Look for that bad boy. Carl was up behind me. I stopped. He's in between us right now. By accident?
Nope. He's alive. He's good. That's gopher.
Small spots, the intersections and small.
That's gonna be interesting for the man.
Running over the hose, and it's really rocky at the top here. Careful.
After driving through that beautiful little canyon and leaving the trees, we climbed to this big open valley. We let loose here a little bit and had a little fun. This was a really fun section of the trail. This was a freeing moment of time. Thank you, sir. There he is. Wow, this view was incredible. We kept on climbing, getting closer and closer to our lunch spot, Snow Lake.
Snow Lake's crazy. We just like come down this hill. This is the last little hill, and then we're there.
Snow Lake was definitely a much needed relaxation for all of us. See you to quit driving. Couldn't get in front, hey?
That was too easy.
Oh, too easy.
Yeah, He wanted to let me drive 10 miles to this trip.
Disgusting. Then I probably would have swam. It's like slimy.
Snow Lake in the GIla National Forest, sitting at about 7,300 feet elevation, is actually a man-made reservoir made in the 1960s. Peace, y'all. Have a good one. Safe travels home. After spending a little more time relaxing around Snow Lake, we knew it was time to keep pushing. We still had many miles ahead. Here we go, continuing on, driving through this open, destructive landscape. You can see where the fire burnt through. Descending down into this canyon here, it made me realize we were some of the first people passing through Chloride Canyon this season. But this next section, it seems like people haven't been here for years. You can tell by the snow melting imprints on the ground, debris in the road, and the trees that we had to remove. We had to be some of the first people here. This was one of my favorite sections on the entire trail. Tight, steep, and scratchy. I'm actually very impressed with the Sprinter van here.
Yeah, just a couple more guys using my brand new sunroof.
We pulled out that chainsaw a little less than we needed to, I felt like. Little pinstripes never hurt no one.
Mega possible. Nicely done.
We all got scraped up. After that challenging little fun section, it opened up into this beautiful valley. Some wild elk running around, little ponds. It was extremely beautiful. And we ascended to the highest point on the trail, right next to Corner Mountain. Reaching the high point of the trail was an incredible moment. But we knew we couldn't stay long, so we all took it in while we could. Looking out over the vast landscape, watching an elk herd on top of a hill, it was time to continue on. This was a very incredible moment. And we knew we had to keep going, because we had to keep searching and searching and searching. We went down the mountain, and then we off-roaded to the top of another mountain.
Alps, this is the Apache one with the 2 campsites on it.
Nothing.
We tried to go check out this canyon, but it was super slanty. Great view, but that one didn't pan out, so we're going back. What do we care?
So as we turned around, we started heading quickly towards our next coordinates, racing the sunlight, racing down that mountain. The coordinates that we marked, we realized were through this gate. But with that gate, the search continued. Pulling through that gate, hopes were high, that camp was near. Everyone was still in good spirits, even so we all really wanted to find camp at this point. Little did we know, the terrain would quickly change and we'd go back to 4 low.
Tech trail.
Which is always a good time. Driving straight into the sunlight. What are you doing, my boy? Ziggy! Ziggy! He's up with us! So right as the sun set, I led the group to the coordinates that we marked out. No camp in sight. We turned around again.
Be very careful turning around because there's cacti with little fucking doors and it'll go right through.
Started headed back the way we came. And then we found it. Camp for the night. It was an amazing little spot, right near that front gate. The chefs are in the kitchen. Turned out to be such a beautiful evening. What an amazing meal to end the trip on. Thank you, gentlemen. As the sun rose, you could feel that morning glow. Everyone felt the joy of the adventure. With thousands of miles between us and home, we knew it was time to go. We all slowly started creeping out of camp. You notice the radio banter fades. The sound of air compressors fill the air. As our tires hit that pavement, it's a somber moment in time. But you know somewhere along the way, we're already planning the next one.